Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Will or JimSauce, and I am back with another saucy time for you guys. So before I actually get into the main part of the video, something I wanted to ask of you guys, if you could do this for me. I normally don't just like straight up ask this and make it like into like a little part itself, but in the description there will be a link to my Twitter. If you guys could, if you're not already followed, please click that and please click the follow button. The main thing that I'm going to be using Twitter for is to give you guys notifications on when I'm going to be streaming, different ideas for videos and everything like that, as well as some like personal stuff and try to get into my life a little bit if you want to do that. But I'm looking forward to hitting like 1K followers soon. I'm nearly like 100 away or so. So if you guys are not followed already, make sure you do that. It also gives you notifications of when I'm streaming and when a video gets uploaded, literally like as soon as it happens, faster than Twitch and YouTube actually notifies you. So please do that for me if you could. If you don't want to, that's fine. I guess you just don't like me enough. That's cool. That's whatever. Anyways, the main portion of this video, it's going to be a saucy time. It was actually brought up to me today, thinking about it more. And I'm going to try to take my time a little bit with this video. And I may restate a few points here and there. So I do apologize if I repeat myself. But it's basically motivation slash like staying on your grind and stuff. And what I mean by that is just because, like you might be working a dead-end job or something like that, you know what I mean? It might suck. You might think, you know what, I'm totally better than this. I can totally put my time in somewhere else and make a lot more money, and I can do all these things, but at this moment you can't. You're stuck at whatever you're doing, and it sucks, and you don't like it, and like I said, you feel like you could be doing more, and you probably could. You're probably right, but in order to do that, you have to, stick with this dead-end job. You have to make it through. You have to, struggle through every day, do something you don't want to do. And that's just kind of how it is. So the first thing that I thought about when I wanted to make this video was my plumbing teacher always used to say, whenever we would talk about getting a job, or, if somebody was going to get a service job, or ask him if they could get a job with him, or one of the companies that he knew, he always said, don't expect to make the big bucks right away. With plumbing and almost every trade job, every trade job is going to pay you a decent amount of money, because everybody needs these things. I guess not everybody, but most people would like a toilet in their house. Most people would like, air conditioning and heat in their house. Most people, would like, a house in general. So in order to do these things, you can't just jump into it thinking, what, I'm just out of school, I'm gonna get this job and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be smooth sailing, I'm gonna be making 18 bucks an hour right out. No, it's not gonna happen. It might, I'm not saying it will never happen, but in reality, in most situations, when you first get out and you're gonna be looking for a job, you're gonna be looking for something to do, it's gonna be minimum wage or very close to minimum wage. Minimum wage here is $7.25, I believe. I know in other places it's like 8, 9. I think there's something gonna be passing soon where in some cases it's gonna be like 11 or something like that. Whatever it might be, it's still not enough to get by. Minimum wage, it's bad. It's really not gonna work, and it's gonna suck doing that. But in the long run, what's gonna happen is you're gonna eventually see change. It's not gonna be that same minimum wage thing all the time, especially with a service job. The one kid that was in our plumbing class, all right, 1 year, he was a senior for the first year, so he took the class, and halfway through he was in the AM class, he got moved to the PM class in 1 year. After that, he got a job through my teacher. Started off like right at the bottom. I think he started at like $11 an hour or something. And within the 2 years, he always gives us kind of updates. Within 2 years, he's looking forward to purchasing his first house. He owns 3 vehicles. He didn't give us, how much he's actually making because, that's none of our business. But, he's nearly, if he's not already 20 years old, he's, let's just say around 20 years old, already looking forward to buying his first house. 3 vehicles, which means I assume one's like a work vehicle and then 2 are for personal use, whatever that might be. And obviously as well as other things, and a consistent job, steady paying, and that's just with the dedication and hard work. It's just staying motivated, staying on your grind. Now the thing that I actually want to talk about more was one of my buddies, actually two of my buddies, one of my buddies today had told me that he had gotten fired. And he got fired from his job at Walmart. I'm not going to say names. You guys know, you might know, it's fine. I don't want to get into like too, personal with it. But he had gotten fired, and it was a situation that he was in, unfortunately, that another person should have handled something, but they didn't, so it made it look bad on him. And it cost the, the company, and he got fired. There was no, warning, there was no, suspension. He just got fired. And to me, he seemed, pretty down about it, and I told him, just because, working at Walmart, you probably didn't want to do that your whole life. That's just a little stepping stone in what you're actually going to be doing. Whatever it might be, whatever kind of route you want to take, if you're going to be going to college or you're going to be, trying to work somewhere else, you got to start at these low places. You're not going to jump into an executive position making these, big amount of money. Starting at something small, it's going to give you this experience that you're going to be able to use and disperse throughout a different job, that you're going to be able to use your knowledge from your previous job, and it's going to help you excel in your next job above all the other new people. It's just a stepping stone. It sucks. I assumed it sucks being fired. I've never had that, happen to me. I've never been fired from something before, but I assume, it probably hurt a little bit. And just thinking about it, it's okay. These things are going to happen. Things might be looking down, but just always keep your head up. And I told him that, just always keep your head up. This might just be, it might be a sign. Maybe it's a sign saying, you know what? You didn't really have to work there. That's not really where you were meant to be. You're actually meant to be working somewhere else, and this is going to give you the time to, think about what you're going to be doing and think about yourself and find what field and exactly what you want to get into. And, same thing happened with my other friend. And throughout school, he's very depressed. And, I always was wondering why. Like, why was he so depressed? And then finally, towards the end, he had gotten a job, and he was working, and it was fine. And just recently, he had gotten fired, and literally within the same day, he was on, social media and texting me and just saying how he was depressed and just really not feeling well about it. Within the same day, he got a new job, and it paid better than what he was just working at. And that's, it's just, some things just happen for a reason, and these things happen so better things can fall in place. You know what I mean? So if anything's ever looking that bad, just know that it might only be for that time period, and who knows what's next. You might wake up the next day and you might be in a totally new position. So that's just what I want to talk about. I could probably go on for another 7 minutes or so if I really needed to, but I don't want to bore you guys too much. So if you guys did enjoy this video, remember to leave a like down below. If you could, like I said in the beginning of the video, please follow me on Twitter. Also follow me on Twitch. I will be live streaming tonight, and new microphone stand tomorrow, so that's gonna be awesome. That's it. So take it easy, guys. Peace.